So through the course of this class, the three areas that I feel like most stuck with me and I've kind of struggled with in my current workplace would be diversity, maintaining self as an instrument, and the idea that you always need to be learning, and with that learning, acting upon it and having another aspect of change within yourself and not just your organization. So for diversity, it was always a topic of discussion, but I never found myself to be in a position of having to work with diversity or having to handle diversity, I guess. In other words, because I knew I was only going to be in a place for a short period of time, I never really took the time to get to know people's differences and why those, or what caused those differences to their thought process to be different from mine. And now in my current workplace, I am the youngest, and it ranges from me all the way into some in their 60s. So that's a very big generational age gap. And right now, for me, as it was kind of addressed in the text, it's important to learn about those differences and what causes that person to think the way that they do and why they might be hesitant of an idea that I might have because of that's going against what they've been doing for the past 50 or so years of their life. So one area to improve this is to always seeking to learn more about it. I think that's where I just need to learn more about the society's norms of their time and actually how it differed from ours. And from there, I'll be able to have that understanding of being able to respect what they might have to say and kind of cater my thoughts to possibly what could be comfortable for them while still being able to enhance the organization's change. The second is the maintaining self as an instrument. As I read through that chapter, one of the words that came to mind was pono. So that's a Hawaiian word, and my understanding of the definition is having a balance within yourself and your heart being in the right place, so that you're caring, compassionate, kind. And I feel that that's what the text is trying to draw out as a organizational development practitioner you need to have in order to be successful in connecting with the organization and being able to successfully promote the change. And I also felt that it connected back with emotional intelligence and being able to have that self-mastery of yourself before you can even have that mastery over understanding others. So going back to maintaining self as an instrument, one of the areas was anxiety. And this is definitely something that I struggle with, especially with being the new kid on the block and sharing things and having an idea and not really sure how my coworkers are going to take it because I've only been there for a month and I don't really have that seniority to be saying different ideas in that sense. But I think in order to kind of better myself in this area, I need to know that my coworkers are good people and that they do want change for not only the organization, but they want to see my growth as well, and they've mentioned that several times. And the last one is always needing to learn. This is something that was addressed almost every session of the class, this course, and that's the idea that in order to keep up in an ever-changing market, you always need to be learning and adjusting to that. And I think this becomes difficult when those changes directly affect something that you've been doing for a long period of time. Particularly with like the older generations, this is something that I have been seeing, and I myself struggle with it, and being able to combat and getting over that awkward barrier of doing something new after you've done something for so long, and your understanding of that something has changed so drastically. But if you just have to have that mindset, and I think this is something that I just need to have that mindset, to know that the change is for the better. And this is where the accountability partner, I really feel, comes into play, because they probably are going through the same thing. Because I've had conversations about it with coworkers, with my parents, and it's just something that you really just have to overcome, and I really change the way you're thinking and push yourself through it and be courageous, almost in a sense, and embrace the awkwardness so with understanding that in a couple of years, although it might be changing again, but you will have that sort of mastery that you once had before that change. So those are the 3 areas: always needing to learn, being self as an instrument, and diversity. Thank you.